Tell me this, have you ever been in a room where it's full of fun, full of laughter, full of crack, as we say in Ireland, full of acceptance for you, but at some stage you start to maybe feel a little bit alone, or you feel this wave of anxiety come over you? It seems nobody notices, or you hope nobody notices. Have you been there? Hey, it's Neil, and I was in this situation a couple of weeks ago. The first night was great, we had good banter. The second night, having good banter as well, but then I started, for some reason, to feel a little bit alone. I could sense it. I didn't really do anything about it. I want to tell you what I did do. I didn't deal with it very well at the beginning, I'll tell you that. But I did afterwards, and I brought it back, changed my thinking, changed my outlook. And I want to give you the ideas that I put in play, some tips maybe for yourself if you're ever in that situation. So join me, I'm having a turmeric tea today, so it's not bad. And let me share my story. So this particular weekend we were going to the Lake District in England, and I was meeting my partner's friends. I was going to be the newbie coming into the setting, and I was okay with that. And I'll tell you why I was okay with that. Years previous I wouldn't have been, because if you know me, you know I've come from kind of mental health issues, problems, depression, anxiety, and so on. But I've come to a place now where I'm quite calm within, for want of a better term, I have peace within me. And I was okay going to this setting. We got there and they were brilliant. Every one of them individually was great to me, very nice. Chatted to some of them individually, nice chats, asking about me, which is always great, and nice conversations. Friday night was super. I sat back and, they all know each other and they have banter and, referencing, things that have happened to them in the past. And I'm okay with that because that's what I do with my friends when I get together. So I thought logically about it. I was okay with that. Woke up the next day, everything was fine. We went for a run, experiencing the Lake District. It's an amazing place, just the vastness, the quietness. We had no phones, we were connecting with each other, connecting with ourselves, connecting with nature, all the connections. That evening, as we went on, same thing, chatting to people, perfect. We sat in a room, I could feel kind of a little bit of overwhelm coming. The room was packed with people, the fire warm, and I was on a seat by myself, and I was getting a little quieter, putting my hat down so people wouldn't notice. But when I get going in a group, I'm out there and chatting away, and I think it's kind of obvious when I do become quiet. And I think my face shows it as well, even though I'm trying not to. But I knew I needed to get out of the room, but my phone was over near another chair and I would disturb everybody getting it. So I said, I can't do that, people will notice. But I should have got up and gone out. Eventually, kind of people filtered out of the room. I quickly got out and I knew I needed to do a little meditation. There's a bench that overlooks a lovely landscape. And I went there, and when I started meditating, it really works for me. I could feel the pressure easing, and I wish I had done it a lot sooner. I got up the next day and everything was good. And then I communicated to my partner how I felt. It was great because the two of us then were kind of in the know of what was happening, and where I had gone wrong is that I should have got up to leave. I hadn't told her how I was feeling, so she wasn't to know. But we discussed it and we said, next time, we'll get up and go out for a little walk and come back, that's fine. And people won't think any different. And it's better that I do that, and maybe people do have a few thoughts on it, oh, he's left the room, but it will make sure that I'm in a better form, in a better place for the rest of the weekend, the rest of the evening. And I'd rather that than to have a shitty weekend and to not ruin people's weekends, but bring the mood down a little bit. It's been a long time since I revealed about my depression, anxiety, and suicidal ideation, and I'm in a much, much better place now, and I'm able to deal with a lot of situations, and I help people with situations. But life is life, and I'm going to encounter situations where it's going to throw up little, tests or challenges for me, or it will be uncomfortable, because I haven't been in a setting of that, with so many people in a long time in one room with high energies, and they're all excited. And I was in the middle of that, across flowing, and I was, whoa, it was crazy, but it's beautiful to see. And I have to realize, Neil, you haven't been in that kind of setting before. And yeah, they all get the banter with each other and you're sitting back, and I'm learning, I'm okay with that. So I thought about that logically. And you know what, I wasn't too hard on myself because I knew where I was at in my head. Yeah, so even though I know how to manage situations and whatever, certain situations are still going to throw up things for us. They're going to create an anxiety for us. But as long as we're aware of that and we know that and we have the tools in place to help ourselves, we can change that. So don't be shocked or beat yourself up that this happens to you still. It may always happen, but you know what? It's about managing it, changing it, so it doesn't impact you and it doesn't impact the people around you. That's the main thing, okay? It's not about it never happening. I know I'm going to find other situations where this happens, but I know when I feel it, I'll be aware of it, I can change it. I can remove myself for a little bit and change it and come back into the setting. That's the key. So don't beat yourself up. Yeah, as I said, I help people with these situations. I'm very good at dealing with these situations, but I know, and you should know that we're going to encounter such situations again. That's life. That's going to build our resilience. I'm going to encounter more uncomfortable situations, but I know I can deal with them. I know I have the tools to deal with them, the know-how to deal with them. That's an amazing feeling. I just not slipped up the last day. I just kind of didn't follow what I needed to do as quick as I should. I should have got up, excused myself for a little bit and walked out. I've learned about that now, you know, and it's amazing. Even though I'm accepted, I'm getting on with people. It's a lovely setting. It's relaxed. I still have these feelings, and that's interesting to know. And just on the not communicating, they were good intentions I had, but still those good intentions, you could see on my face I was struggling, you know, so I need to be aware of that. What's the better option? The better option is to be open and honest about it and to take action to make a change. That's the better option, because if you have a partner or family member, they're going to worry about you because they know you. They know when you're not 100% there. So my tip would be very much be open and honest, take action quickly, change it, and enjoy the rest of your time. A few quick tips. Be aware of your feelings. You will know when that's changing, when you're feeling a little bit anxious. You will know when it's starting. Nip it in the bud straight away. Remove yourself, do whatever you need to do, whatever tools you have in place. My meditation alone time really helps me. 20 minutes, even after 10, I can feel it easy. You know, that night I learned something very important, is not just about managing, I suppose, my social anxiety, but communicating my needs, being open about it. You know, you can't keep it to yourself and know that you're changing things. You have to let the person or people you're around as well know. Not everybody, but the people that, you know, are important. So that was an eye-opening lesson for me. Have a plan. If you're going to somewhere new, maybe, and you do meditation, have a little place where you can go quietly to meditation. I went to the car once over that weekend on my own at night time to do my meditation. There was also a lovely bench overlooking the landscape, which is very quiet. So I knew where I could go to have my quiet time, do my meditations for a few minutes. So have a little plan in place what you're going to do, where you could go. And we were in the Lake District in England, beautiful place, and I really embraced the outdoors. We went cold water dipping, we went, I just took in the noises when I went for a run. I don't put on headphones, I listened to the birds, the rivers, the streams, everything in nature. And it's just such a beautiful place. I embraced that, and I embraced having no phone, no Wi-Fi, no connection to the outside world in a sense. Make the most of the situation you're in. Whatever that situation is, be there, be present. Let that help calm you as well. And what's very important is you don't let a situation like this hold you back. Don't let your anxiety or social anxiety hold you back. If I let this experience hold me back, I'm not going to enjoy life. I'm not going to live my life. Make the most of those little experiences, the negative experiences, if you like. Let them build you, build your resilience, let them shape you for the better. Looking back on it now, that wave of anxiety that night, It was only a minor blip in my whole weekend. But it could have, and I could have let it be a lot more. But thankfully, the work I've done on myself allowed me to leave it remain a minor blip. It didn't stop me from having an amazing weekend, forging beautiful connections with new people. I'm not stupid. I know I will experience challenges like this again in the future. Don't know when, don't know how, but I will. That's life. But it's not going to deter me from creating beautiful moments like that weekend, because those beautiful moments become really wonderful memories that I will be able to cherish and think about and bring back in the future as I age. And you can't buy that. So remember, the key sometimes is just to let go. And in my next video, that's what we're going to explore. We're going to explore letting go. I really appreciate you watching and listening to me over a cuppa, and I hope to see you in the next video. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thank you very much. Bye.